This demonstration we're going to look at Azure Active Directory. What I've done here is I've come to my classic portal, I've logged in as my subscriber user, and if we scroll down through the menus, what we're looking for here is we're just looking for Active Directory. So we have Active Directory. Once we highlight Active Directory, what we can see here is we have our default directory. Now our default directory is brian311016outlook.onmicrosoft.com. And what we're going to do at this point here, if I just access my default directory, first thing we'll do here is we'll create some users. So we'll select users, and within users, all we're going to do at this point here is add a user. So we're going to create a new user in our organization, but as you can see here, if I click on the drop down, I can user with an existing Microsoft account in another Azure AD directory, or I can use partner companies as well. I'm just going to go with a new user in my organization. I'm going to call this user Diana. So we'll have Diana at brian311016outlook.microsoft.com, and we'll just select next. Then what we'll do is we'll just fill out the user profile information. And we're going to have first name of Diana, last name is Ball. Diana Ball is the display name, and we'll make this user an actual user in the case of the role. But as you can see here, what we can do is we can assign admin permissions as well. We're just going to go with a standard user, not going to bother with multi-factor authentication, and select next. We need to create a temporary password, so just select create. This will give us our temporary password, so we'll make a note of that. And select our tick. And what we'll do is we'll just create one more user. So we'll add a user. Again, a user in our organization. I'm going to go with a user called Carrie. Select our next button. And again, we'll just fill out the information for the profile. First name is going to be Carrie, last name is going to be Tran. Carrie Tran will be the display name, and what we're actually going to do for this user, we're going to make this user a global admin. We need to specify an alternate email address. I'm just going to make that brian31 and then 1016@outlook.com. I'm not going to enable multi-factor authentication, but I will select next. We'll create the temporary password, and again we'll just make a note of this password. And then all we'll do at this point here is we'll just select our tick. So as you can see now, got the user that's associated with my Microsoft account, and I've created two new accounts within my default Active Directory domain that's being hosted within Azure. Next thing we'll do here is we'll just assign the owner role to an Azure Active Directory user. And what we'll do is we'll actually do this through the Azure portal. So all I'm going to do at this point here is I'm going to come down to more services on my hub menu. I'm just going to come to subscriptions, and that will then launch up my subscriptions. We'll highlight my subscription. And what we're going to do here is just go for access control. And then within my access control, all we're going to do is we're going to select add. Then what we're going to do is we're going to select a role. So what we're going to do here is we want to assign the owner role. And we want to add that to our user Diana. And then we'll click select. Select OK. And as we can see now, Diana Ball was added as an owner for my Azure subscription. Next thing we'll do is we'll create a new Azure AD tenant, and we'll also create a custom DNS domain as well. So in order to do that, we'll just come back to our classic portal. And within our classic portal, all we need to do here is we just go back one level. And what we have at this point here is we now have our Active Directory header. We'll come down to our new button, so we'll select our new button. We'll go to directory. We'll then go to our custom create. And we are going to create a new directory. We need to give it a name. I'm just going to call mine vbri21 demo. And then in the case of select our country or region, all we'll do here is we'll expand this up and select our correct location. We'll just scroll it down. And we'll go with, my case here, I'll just go with United States, purely for purpose of this demo. I'm not going to turn on the tick box for this is a B to C directory. But again, with most things that you find within Azure, what we have is we have the ability to come in and get some contextual help. So this is just a business to consumer directory. So click complete. And what we can see now, we've now got our datum lab. So let's just highlight our datum lab. Let's come to our domains. And let's just add a custom domain. And then what we need to do is we need to enter the domain name that my organization owns. And we'll go with the datamlab.com. In this tick box here, I plan to configure this domain for single sign-on with the local Active Directory. I'm not saying any federated trusts as such. This is purely for demo purposes to show we can create these custom domains within Azure. So we'll select Add. And then we'll select Next. That then brings us into verify our datamlab.com. So what we can see here, it's going to create a record type of a text record. We've got the alias or host name as the @ we've got destination or points to address, and then what we've got is our time to live. So we'll select verify. I'm fairly happy that we can't verify the domain because I haven't actually went through any steps to actually verify this domain. But what we'll do at this point here is we'll just select our tick box to complete it. And then what we've got is our datamlab.com. It's a custom domain, it's unverified. Single sign-on, decide not to use it. Primary domain, no. My primary domain is my vbri21demo.onmicrosoft.com. But as you can see, now that we've created this Active Directory domain within Azure, we have the ability to add users, groups, set up some aware applications, mess about with our domains, set up our directory integration, come in, configure, have a look at reports, also as well manage our licenses. And that's the end of this demonstration of an overview of Active Directory within Azure. Thank you.